Hi, I'm Sean.
And I'm Holly.
From Brymore Productions, and we are so excited to welcome you to Doing It for the Kids.
We've got an incredible collection of children's theatre makers from all over the world to show you today. Now, usually they would be performing to people all over the world, but much like yourselves, they're stuck at home at the moment. But they've still given their time to record something for us to all enjoy.
So, if you are able to, we are asking that you please donate via the links in the description to help those artists out. Okay, I think that's the boring stuff all out of the way, Holly. What do we have to do now?
Have we got everything we need?
Oh, let's check. I've got bubbles.
I've got snacks.
And I couldn't find the fire twirling equipment.
Why do you need that?
Well, aren't we performing all the acts that we...
Oh, no, Sean, we've got professionals to do that.
Wait, so we just get to sit back and watch?
Yeah.
Best day ever. All right, let's go then. On with the show.
Sean, the telly's behind us.
Shh, magic.
at home, we've got some fun experiments to play with.
Yes. Seeing as we're all at home, it can be good fun to do some science experiments in your kitchen. And we're going to show you our favourite one from the show.
Normally for this one we use custard, but we were hungry and we had all the custard.
Yeah. So we had a route through our presses, and we also have corn flour, and this will work too for this experiment. What else do we need, Aoife?
We need a bowl and a spoon and about 500 millilitres of water.
And that's because our packet of corn flour is about 500 grams. So you want about the same amount of water and corn flour for this. Maybe a little bit less water, but we'll show you how it works and then you can play around with it yourself.
So we're going to open up our corn flour packet and we're going to pour nearly all of it into our bowl. We need to save a little bit for the end.
Yeah?
Yeah, great.
Okay.
And then I'm going to start mixing and Maria's going to pour in a little bit of water.
And just a little bit at a time as you keep stirring.
So I have this mixer. So whenever there's a lot of corn flour and not much water, it's very hard to mix. Whoa. But we want to add it slowly but surely.
Okay, so now it looks about the right consistency to be considered a non-Newtonian liquid. If I keep putting pressure on it, it's a solid ball. But then, as soon as I stop, it flows like a liquid. Newton, a very famous scientist, wrote a lot of laws about how liquids flow and how they all behave the same way. But this doesn't follow Newton's rules, and that's why it's called a non-Newtonian fluid. Depending on the pressure, it changes states of matter. It changes from solid to liquid. Normally, we need temperature to change that. So think of water and how that's a liquid. If we want to change that to a solid, you have to change the temperature by freezing it, but not with this stuff.
So you can see whenever we punch it, it's hard, but whenever it's got no pressure on it, it looks like a regular liquid flowing around the bowl.
And now it's at that state where if I jab it with the spoon really quickly, then it will be totally solid. Let's see.
Whoa.
See, you're not getting through that.
And you can do that with your hand as well. Give it a punch. Oh, it feels like I'm punching a table.
But if I go slowly, I can put my finger all the way in.
And pull your finger out fast.
Oh, if I go fast, hang on. Put the whole thing in. Oh! Ah! Ah! I'm stuck! Ah! Oh, go slowly.
So this is why it's our favourite experiment.
Yes.
Whenever you have made your non-Newtonian fluid, you can experiment and see what happens when you add a little bit more corn flour, or what if you add a little bit more water. And then you can play around and see and experiment.
And that's it from us, guys.
Yeah. Have a very happy St. Patrick's Day.
Stay safe. Wash those hands.
Yes.
Yes.
And take care of yourselves and each other.
Yeah, don't get bored staying inside because there's so many things you can do. Loads of science experiments around the kitchen that you can be playing around with.
Yeah. Keep your imaginations engaged.
Yes.
And we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Hello friends, my name is Filbert and I'm here to show you some fun things you can do in quarantine to make it go a little faster. Now, I know what you are thinking. You are wondering, Filbert, why did you film upside downsies like this instead of slidesy rises? That will become clear. Now, as for ideas to make quarantine a little less boring, let's look at idea number 1. Brush your teeth. I mean, I don't have teeth, but you can imagine. Idea number 2. You can watch our family-friendly movie. Maybe Die Hard was a bad recommendation. As for idea number 3, you can do what I do when I'm bored. You can clone yourself for a dance party. Are you ready? Yeah, sure am. Is you ready? Sure am. Yes, excellent. Okay, let's do it. Yes, we are so synchronized. Some might say too synchronized.
Welcome to the Bureau of Untold Stories. I'm Dexter Sharp,
And I'm Poppy Haslam.
and we are on the case of the world's missing stories, which we believe have been stolen by one evil criminal mastermind known simply as
The Eraser.
Now, we need your help to try and solve this new case file that's come across our desk. Poppy, go get the evidence. The case file is entitled Mind Gone Blank, and the scenario is this. The Eraser has wiped your mind, and you can't remember this classic story. Clues. Try to remember the story again using the missing title and missing words sent in by detectives from all over the world. Yeah, our detectives have been sending us in a whole bunch of suggestions. Thanks for that. And the evidence we have received is to check the missing envelopes to stimulate your memory. We better do just that then, Poppy. What have we got? Okay, first off, the title of the story. Of course, this classic title we are going to be recreating is The Picture of Dorian Gray. Never heard of it.
I don't know.
Is that is it actually a classic? I don't know. Anyway,
It's in the classics
apparently it's in the classics folder. We'll see. Okay, maybe some of these things will help us jog our memory. Poppy, what have you got there?
Misplaced tools.
Okay, a misplaced tool from The
Yes.
Picture of Dorian Gray. A
socket set.
A socket set. Yeah, it's coming back to me a little bit now. Maybe perhaps if I find an unaccounted for breakfast item. Let's see. We have a full English fry-up. Full English fry-up, a socket set, and
Canary yellow.
the color canary yellow. And that should help us remember the story of The Picture of Dorian Gray.
Obviously.
Here we go. Once upon a time, there was a vampire who went by the name of Dorian Gray. Dorian Gray haunted a castle as a bat most of the time, but when no one was looking, as a spooky, spooky vampire who liked to suck on blood. Now, that wasn't the only thing that Dorian enjoyed. Dorian also enjoyed a delicious breakfast, and not just a piece of toast or a bowl of cereal. No! Dorian enjoyed having a full English fry-up. Oh yes. He liked to have sausages made from people from Southampton. He liked to have eggs made from people in London. And he liked to have tomato ketchup that was actually the blood of just everyone in the Midlands. Oh, Dorian was a spooky, spooky vampire indeed. And with his breakfast eaten, he pondered what he would do today. And as he pondered, he looked at his wall, which was very blank and empty. And he thought, ooh, how nice it would be to hang a picture of myself upon the wall. However, there was only one problem. You see, whenever someone took a picture of a vampire, smile, nothing ever appeared in the picture. So if Dorian was to appear in this picture upon his wall, he would have to do something clever. He decided to raid his sister's makeup case, desperately searching for something that might be able to color him in so that perhaps he would appear on the film. He found a blush that was blue. It looked a little weird, but maybe it would show up. He found a lipstick that was orange. And he found a beautiful eyeshadow that was canary yellow. Now that he was all made up, Dorian headed over to the photographic studio, where the photographer turned to him, set up the camera, and but once again, nothing developed from the picture. Dorian was so angry, and he threatened to suck the blood of the photographer if he did not get a picture on the third attempt. The photographer was very confused. How on earth was this not turning out? He took the camera and grabbed his socket set from out of the toolbox and undid the back plate of the camera. Upon opening it, the photographer realized something horrible. You see, all this time, the photographer had thought that the camera was digital. But it actually required film to take a picture, hence why no picture was coming out. He quickly called Dorian Gray. Bring, 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 bring.
Hello, you have reached the household of Dorian Gray.
Hello, Dorian. It's me, Steve, the photographer.
Hello, Steve.
I've got some good news for you.
Yeah?
I have fixed the camera.
No!
Yes. And Dorian quickly headed as fast as he could, flying down from his castle all the way to the photographer's studio. He prepared himself for the picture. The photographer lined it up. 3, 2, 1, say full English fry up!
Full English fry up!
The picture developed, and sure enough, there was Dorian, smack bang in the center, looking creepy as ever. He headed home, placed it into a frame, and hung it upon his wall. And from that moment on, whenever he had his full English fry-up, he looked at the glorious picture of Dorian Gray. The end. Poppy, we saved a story. All those suggestions really help. I'm sure that's exactly how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay, quickly, write it down so we can save it. Put it in the story safe. You see, we have this patented story safe here that keeps all the saved stories safe from any evil criminal masterminds. So, Poppy will get that in there and it'll all be good. Thank you so very much for helping us save this missing story. And good luck trying to keep safe and saving more stories out there. Bye for now, detectives!
Bye!
Hello everybody, Mama G here, and I tell stories about being who you are and loving who you want. Oh, and I've been terribly rude, haven't I? Because I've introduced myself to all of you, but I haven't asked any of you who you are. So after 3, what I want you to do is I want you all to shout out your names for me. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wonderful. And you're all called Rah! Well, that's self-isolation for you, isn't it? And talking of self-isolation, I've got a poem for you. I have been self-isolating, and shall I tell you what? I've realised it's really much easier than I thought. Because my house is full of wonders, and I'm sure you will agree. The wonderfulest wonder of them all has turned out to be me. Oh, now, I don't say that to show off. I mean, I know it to be true. But I'm fairly sure the very same could be said for all of you. Because these are strange times, as people keep on saying. But you'll get through it, and so will I. And we'll do it, dears, by playing. Your adults think they're stuck in a house, windows, ceiling, floor. But your imagination knows your house is so much more. It's an underwater cave where mermaids search for pearls. I've tried swimming with them, dears, but it does nothing for my curls. And there you meet a prince or a princess in disguise. You think it might be love, but that's disgusting. Come on, guys. They take you to their castle, way up in the clouds. It's where the giants live. Mere mortals not allowed. But the giants, they're not happy, and they try to give you the shove. You fight them off one-handed. Oh, the things you'll do for love. Still disgusting. Nothing's changed. And then it's lunchtime. Normality is resumed. Today it's pitcher and hummus and a seasonal side of legumes. And your adults will look at you and wonder what you've been doing. Well, they've been worried about the outside world, giants you've been shooing. And your adults may have worried about you. They may have worried about their jobs. They may have worried that the world has changed and they don't know what to do. They may be worried there's no way out, but that's where you come in. Because when you play, you find the fun in absolutely everything. It's sad, but adults struggle to remember the joy of pure imagination. They've forgotten It's that that makes us feel safe in this exact location. And that's what makes me wonderful. And by me, of course, I mean us. Where adults see four walls closing in, we see adventures fabulous. So next time they look worried, those adults in your house, take them on an adventure. Go to Paris on a mouse. Meet an astronaut in space, or a medieval knave. Just remind the ones you love, our imaginations keep us brave. Self-isolation isn't isolating. It's a whole wide world to explore. And it takes wonderful people to know wonderful adventures can happen indoors. Thank you. That was a little poem called The Self-Isolation Sensation. And now it's time to say goodbye, and I always end my shows with a little round of if you're happy and you know it, because the thing that makes you happy is the thing that makes you you. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're tired of wearing hats, then wear a wig. Woo, woo! If you're tired of wearing hats, then wear a wig. Woo, woo! If you're tired of wearing hats, I can help you out with that. If you're tired of wearing hats, then wear a wig. Woo, woo! If sequins are your style, then shimmy and shake. Ooh! If sequins are your style, then shimmy and shake. Ooh! If sequins are your style, and they really make you smile. If sequins are your style, then shimmy and shake. Ooh! If you're good at telling jokes, then have a laugh. Ha 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 ha. If you're good at telling jokes, then have a laugh. Ha 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 ha. If you're good at telling jokes, better than the other folks. If you're good at telling jokes, then have a laugh. Ha 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 ha. If you're feeling fabulous, then shout I am, I am. If you're feeling fabulous, then shout I am, I am. If you're feeling fabulous, just like the rest of us. If you're feeling fabulous, then shout I am, I am. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of the show, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.
This is really good.
I'm really enjoying everything I've seen so far. And if you're enjoying everything you've seen so far, you should consider clicking the links in the description and dropping the artist a donation. We'd really appreciate it. Alright, back on with the show.
Hi everybody, my name's Louis Pearl. I'm the amazing Bubble Man, and right now I am supposed to be traveling around England doing bubble shows every day. However, I'm stuck at home like most of us are. So while we're here, I'm really happy to be on this show doing it for the kids. For my segment of the show, I thought what I would do is some beginning bubble tricks. However, since I began doing bubble tricks way long time ago, it wasn't interesting for me. And so I ended up doing the two hardest bubble tricks I could possibly think of. The first one is the carousel bubble, which is two bubbles on the outside and a spinning circle in the middle. But I didn't just do a carousel, I put it inside of another big bubble. It's really difficult, but it was really fun to do. So let's go inside and do it. was really fun. And now I'm gonna do the second trick. It's a rocket bubble, but it's in another bubble. So it's called the Rocket in the Universe bubble. And this is probably my favorite trick of all. And then it's my favorite trick of all, plus more. So, ready? Let's go. Yeah. All right, got it. Well, that was fun. Thank you so much for watching. I had a great time. I hope I see you all again sometime soon. Bye, everybody.
Fairy greetings everyone and welcome to Doing It for the Kids. My name is Fairy Jasmine from the Fairy Wonderland show and I am so excited to be here in my little house in Fairyland where I have a very important job. That's right, I am the Professor of Fairyology at the Fairyland School for Mythical Creatures. Or we just call it Fairy School. And it is my very important job to welcome new fairies to our kingdom and teach them everything they need to know about how to become a real fairy. And then, when it is time for them to graduate from fairy school, it is my very important job to welcome them with their very own magic wand. So, right now, I've decided that you are my new fairy student and I'm flying you back with me to fairy school. Is that okay with everyone? Yay! Okay, I'm so excited. Everybody close your eyes, and count to 3. And when I say open, you'll be in fairy school with me. Are you ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3, open! Ta-da! Welcome, new fairies. Welcome to fairy school. Now, today, I am going to teach you something very special. This is something I teach all my new fairy students. It is how to call upon other fairies. That way, if you ever get lost in the fairy forest and you don't know where you are, all you have to do is sing this tune and the other fairies will come and find you. It is called the Fairy Call. Would you like to learn it? Okay, here we go. So first, we get our wands out and we spin them around in a little circle like this. Then with our other hand, we put it over our mouth and we sing. La, la, la. Have you got it? Fantastic. Okay, let's sing it all together. Are you ready? Here we go. Little fairies Do you hear that? Oh, I think our fairy call worked. I can hear other fairies. Now, if you would like to keep practicing the fairy call at home, you can actually find this song on YouTube, iTunes and Spotify. It is called Little Fairies by Fairy Jasmine. And also, if you would like more fairy lessons just like this one, you can have a one-on-one video call with me. I'm doing video calls every Thursday and Friday, and you can find out more if you visit our website, that is www.thefairywonderlandshow.com, or you can email me at info@fairyjasminsentertainment.com. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. You made wonderful fairies today. Fairy kisses. Mwah. Goodbye.
The first penguin. From the seventh and strongest wave came the first ever penguin. She waddled onto the beach like a child taking its first steps, shaking her feathers and blinking in the bright sunlight. Before long, two eagle-eyed birds swooped down to greet the new arrival. "What is it?" said one to the other. "What are you?" said the other to the penguin. "Well, it clearly isn't a seagull," said one to the other. "But you must be a bird," said the other to the penguin, "because you've got wings." "Well, if it wants to be a bird, it has to ask the Eagle King," said one to the other. The conversation went on like this for a while, and the seagulls explained that the Eagle King sits on the top of the highest cliff on the highest mountain, and only he could grant the penguin permission to live in the bird kingdom. "It's only a day's flight as the crow flies. Good luck," cawed the seagulls as they flew away. Well, Penguin set off waddling up the beach. Little did she know a day flying was quite a lot further for a creature such as she. As the sun moved across the sky, the sand turned to grass, and the grass became thicker and taller, and she found herself in a quiet, darkening forest. Two big round eyes appeared above her. "Good morning, and who do we have here?" twooed the owl. "I'm a bird," replied Penguin, with as much confidence as she could, and she explained that she was on her way to see the Eagle King. "Twit, twoo, hoo, hoo," laughed the owl. "Well, well, I've seen a lot of birds in my time, but none as strange looking as you. Let me think. Let me see." The owl looked long and hard at the penguin, and then said, "Listen carefully and listen well. When the Eagle King says fly, look down, not up. That is my advice to you. Now be on your way. It's only a day's flight as the crow flies." Well, Penguin waddled for 7 days and 7 nights before she arrived at the highest mountain. And as the sun rose, she climbed her way to the top, sure that on this mountain she would find her place in the world. When she got as high as she could without climbing on a cloud, she stood and waited for the Eagle King. Now the Eagle King was always looking down on others, partly because he lived on a cliff top, but also because it was in his nature. So when he swooped down and looked at the penguin in front of him, he laughed, He laughed so long and hard that the whole animal kingdom heard him and joined in. Well, when the ripples of laughter eventually stopped, the Eagle King told Penguin that if she wanted to be part of the bird kingdom, she must make friends with the wind. She must jump from the cliff top, and the wind will catch her. Well, Penguin was desperate to belong, so she took a deep breath, and she jumped from the highest cliff on the highest mountain. She remembered what the owl said. When you are told to fly, look down, not up. Well, down and down she went. Like the stone that she was, the wind did not catch Penguin. But the river in the bottom of the valley did. And she splashed into the water and flew through it with the grace of a penguin. Down the river she went, on and on, until the river widened and joined the sea. And Penguin flew and flew through the ocean, further and further from the strange waterless land. On the 7th day of her flight, as the sun rose, a great expanse of glistening ice emerged on the horizon, growing bigger and bigger until it was the size of the land she had left behind. She climbed on the massive ice sheet, slipping and sliding, not a living creature in sight. And it was so beautiful. Do you know what she did? She laughed long and loud, and that night, nestled down in the ice, Penguin laid a precious egg. Inside, a new story waiting to be told. And that is the story of how the first penguin found her home.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh gee. It's you. You've come to visit me. You've come to visit me. You're my favourite human because you're here. Come on. What are you waiting for? Open the door and come in. Don't forget to shut the door. We don't want to let any of those birds in. So nice of you to visit. Come on, let's get together. Let's sit down. Oh, don't mind the toys. I leave them there in case a friend comes to visit. Oh, what's that? You want to hear a story? Oh, great! I love stories. But which one? Oh, that's a great one. The one about the day I came home to my human family. That's my favourite too. Well, maybe we can use my mum's photos and videos to help. Yes, she's got ever so many of me. I'll just go grab them for you. One afternoon, I peeped out of the fur of my brothers and sisters. We all like to snuggle very much. The closer the better. Ideally with our mother dog underneath, her heartbeat ticking slowly and her breathing deep, so that we could all synchronise and soothingly sleep together. A pile of warm, comforting fluff. On this particular afternoon, I peeped out of our warm and furry pile of ears and paws to see my new family come into the garage, and I knew straight away that they were my human family. I was so excited that I wagged my tail and leant down to the ground with my front paws, almost like I was bowing, ready to please and play. My mum had been getting us ready for this day. She'd even hired our human breeders to help teach us how to find our perfect family. Our mother warned us that there'd be lots of human families that wanted to adopt a puppy to become a part of their litter, but that only we'd know which were the right humans for us. Mother explained that humans like to be the leaders of the pack, particularly the big ones with the stern voices, but that we were really the leaders. As the leaders of the pack, we could get the humans to do whatever we wanted them to do, and sometimes all it took was a little persuasion and letting them think that they were always in the lead. If we wanted to go outside to do our business in a dignified spot, we merely had to wee on whatever was most softly furnished part of the human house, and they would so pay us constant attention and pick us up if we made the slightest noise. And on the matter of noise, well, only the dog was ever allowed to fall asleep first. And if they woke up, they should alert their fellow pack members loudly so that they could all snuggle again together quickly. Or was that a dog rule? There was still so much to learn. But Tyke was ready to figure it out for himself, ready to go home with his human pack, because he'd learned that the most important lesson of all, that he would be human's best friend, and that he would show affection in all ways a human could possibly want, and others to surprise them. Tyke's mother was a small lady with big kind eyes that looked like billabongs, the blue and the brown swirling, still deciding if they were brown or hazel. Tyke's father was a slim man with big eyes too, magnified by spectacles and with a kind smile. My puppy brothers and sisters knew that this was my family and that they were to make me look good, just as I'd done for them. My brothers started squabbling and my sisters barking and chewing on anything within reach, whilst I engaged angelically with my human mother. My human mother put me inside her jam jar basket and tucked me in with a tea towel. I was not a whole lot bigger, just furrier, than a big jar of jam, and was quite comfortable snuggled inside for the car trip home. It was a long drive and a hot day, and I was lulled into a state of semi-sleep. I decided the car was okay, as long as I got cuddles or my own basket. Well, I hope you like my story. Yeah. The tale of the jam jar puppy. Yeah, that's me. Well, I guess it's time for bed then. Well, thanks for listening to my story. Well, good night for now. Thanks for coming to visit. See you later. Bye. 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 Oh, hello.
My name's Max. My name's Auntie Aggie. This is our friend Morag the Rabbit. And we are the McDougals. And the McDougals is an interactive show. That means you've got to join in with us. So will you join in with the McDougals? Great! And you can help us with this first song, all about our best friend, Morag the Rabbit. Morag the Rabbit has floppy, floppy ears. Morag the Rabbit has floppy, floppy ears. Morag the Rabbit has floppy, floppy ears. And you can try it too. And you can try it too. And you can try it too by singing floppy ears and curly whiskers as loud as you can. All together. Floppy ears and curly whiskers. Floppy ears and curly whiskers. Floppy ears and curly whiskers. Oh, Morag, she's the best. Oh, Morag, she's the best. Let's do it even faster. Ready, everybody? Floppy ears and curly whiskers. Floppy ears and curly whiskers. Floppy ears and curly whiskers. Oh, Morag, she's the best. Oh, Morag, she's the best. Oh, Morag, she's the best. Oh, yes! Well, everyone, let's see if you can guess what animal this song is all about. This animal lives in the garden, in amongst the dirt, and it's very, very wriggly. What do you think it might be? Shout it out. I'll tell you, it's a worm. Did you get it right? Well, you can help us sing this very silly McDougall song all about eating worms.
You can copy my actions. Ready? Nobody likes me, everybody hates me. I think I'll go and eat worms.
Oh, big fat juicy ones, wee skinny squishy ones. See how they wriggle and squirm. I bite off the heads and out the juice, and I throw the skins away. Woo! Nobody knows how I survive on worms 3 times a day. Try it with me. Ready? Nobody likes me, everybody hates me. I think I'll go and eat worms. Big fat juicy ones, wee skinny squishy ones. See how they wriggle and squirm. I bite off the heads and out the juice, and I throw the skins away. Woo! Nobody knows how I survive on worms 3 times a day. Yay! I love playing the keyboard, but Morag the rabbit loves playing the guitar. She's a rock and roll rabbit. Let's rock, the rabbit rock, let's dance. Don't let it stop, let's rock, the rabbit rock, let's dance. Don't let it stop, grab your guitar and you'll go far. When you rock, 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 the rabbit rock. When you rock, 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 the rabbit rock.
Everyone clap those hands.
The McDougall's tour all year round to theatres in Scotland and England. Visit us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter or YouTube to learn how you can sing along at home.
Let's rock and roll one more time with the McDougals.
Let's rock, the rabbit rock, let's dance. Don't let it stop, let's rock, the rabbit rock, let's dance. Don't let it stop, grab your guitar and you'll go far. When you rock, 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 the rabbit rock. When you rock, 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 the rabbit rock. When you rock, 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 the rabbit rock.
Now, our next act is another really cool act, but Ed is a trained professional, and we need to say the next act does involve some fire. You should never play with fire in your own home. Instead, watch the professionals do it because it is a really cool act. Here we go.
there we are in the place of
Well, sadly, that's the end of our show, but we hope you really enjoyed it.
I did. And if you did enjoy it, please do consider donating to our acts. It's a funny time at the moment and they would really appreciate it. You can find links in the description box.
A big thank you to all the artists that did get involved in this performance. We really appreciate their time, energy and efforts that they put towards it. And go and follow them on all their social media accounts. They're linked below.
And a few of them are doing weekly story readings and weekly songs and things like that, so keep an eye out in the description box for those things as well.
Thank you again so much for watching. Stay safe. Bye!
Bye!